Really quickly, I've mentioned it a couple times. Brooklyn has a 1-game lead over Miami for the 6th seed. They play the Cavs tonight and Thursday.
Well, let me give you a little 15 minutes of heat because Katie
Okay.
Meyer is going to join us in the next segment. What is it? They're one game ahead. Who do they have? Cleveland twice.
Cleveland today, Thursday. The Heat play the Knicks tomorrow, and they play Brooklyn Saturday.
Oh, is that in Brooklyn or here?
Here.
Wow.
Yeah.
That could be big. What's the line on tonight's Cavs-Nets game? Do you know?
I do not. I know Brooklyn is home for both of these games.
Cavs are a 4-point favorite tonight in Brooklyn. Boy, we need them to take care of business, huh?
Yeah. I mean, these next 2 games for Miami, think of them as playoff games. Really, you're at home against the Knicks and Brooklyn. These are arguably the 2 most important games of the season.
Here's I don't want to make it a downer because the Heat obviously are trying to get that 6th seed and avoid the play-in game. Here's a comment written to Ira Winderman in the Sun Sentinel today. Everyone other than Bam Adebayo, Jimmy Butler, and Tyler Herro should be gone. That's the entirety of the comment and the question. Here's Ira's answer. But the greater question is whether the trio of Bam Adebayo, Jimmy Butler, and Tyler Herro is good enough to compete with the elite of the East, right? That's what we've talked about.
Yep.
Is it up there with Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, and say Marcus Smart? Is it up there with Giannis Antetokounmpo, Drew Holiday, and Chris Middleton? Is it up there with Joel Embiid, James Harden, and Tyrese Maxey? That's what you have to weigh. And if you don't think it is, then you might have to reshuffle. The good news with players at that price point is they can be traded for players at that price point. Understand what I was telling you there. You can love the fact that our big 3 has performed well enough. Tyler Herro has been somewhat shaky, but again, hits the big shots when you need them. So I'm never going to complain about that. But even if Jimmy, Bam, and Tyler are playing well, is it good enough?
I don't think so.
Not with the 3, not just with Boston and Milwaukee, the 3 examples from each team that Ira gave you there. It's not even close, I don't think, is it?
No.
Yeah. So you may have to start thinking, and again, we got to worry about these playoffs and this season, but you may have to start thinking during the offseason about that.
And is Bam a championship 2? Is Tyler a championship 3? I do not believe Jimmy's a 1 on the championship team. So the question, that's why I'm asking y'all about Bam and Tyler. And I'm not even being a hater. I really feel that way.
I do think, like, you think of the poison pill that's coming up with Tyler, his contract. They gave him that max extension. He next season is going to make a lot more money. I mean, the Heat gave him that, expecting him, in my opinion, to take a leap, to become a much more improved player this season, next season. And from last year to this year, I know John Crotty bleeped all over me when I questioned Tyler Herro. But, I mean, you guys tell me, has Tyler Herro taken a leap?
No, but you like when the ball is in his hand at
Late
the end of the game.
for sure.
And you like, for me, like, that's all I need. You know what I mean? Like, to have a guy on a team that you know wants the ball and is going to deliver at the end of the game, I'm fine with. Like, you'll get frustrated at times during the season, but that's hard to come by sometimes.
But Hawk, I don't think we pay a bunch of money to get Robert Horry. Because he was clutch at games, but he couldn't maintain a full season and be a guy.
I understand what you're saying, but I'm telling you, Tyler Herro, for me, does enough, and then you add into it the end of the game, you need a big shot. Doesn't matter if he's 2 of 9, 1 of 10, he's going to take it and drain it. That's hard to come by.
But if he needs to be your 3 in this scenario, right? Jimmy's your 1, Bam's your 2. He needs to be your 3, and if he's not playing up to what they paid him or expect him to be, then, can he be your 3? And again, I'm not saying he can't. I just don't think what they gave him that money from last year to this year, it's not that he got worse, but he didn't take that next step where you're like, okay, that contract was worth it. That extension was worth it because he's on his way to being a young star. And I still think it's possible, but that window, you don't have too much time to wait.
When he shines, though, man.
Oh, it's impressive.
It is impressive.
I don't think, out of those 2 teams, though, They're in ones better than Jimmy. Is Jaylen Brown better than Bam? Is Chris Middleton better than Bam? Like
those three, the Milwaukee and Boston, there's no comparison.
They got us.
There's no comparison.
They have us from 1 to 3 of our big three. That means you're never winning the East.